Olga, what is that dress, and where do you find such tastelessness? It's embarrassing to be seen with you. You know what people will say. Everything must be perfect. I hope they will sign the contract with us. Go find something else. It's been like this for the past 3 years. Dmitry has become a big shot at work, and it's affecting our family life. He's become ashamed of his wife. Olga didn't resemble the glamorous women who attended his colleagues' and friends' events. Sometimes he didn't like her hairstyle, then her clothes, or the color of nail gel. Everything was always wrong. Olga, you should see a stylist. Look at what you're turning into. A frump. Look at Alexei's wife, older than you. Yet she looks like a girl, immaculately groomed. And you. Sparse hairs, sagging behind, and you've even become skinny. You need to get in shape. Olga just sighed, listening to her husband's complaints. She didn't want to get silicone implants, hair extensions, or eyelash extensions. She liked naturalness. And she didn't believe that a woman should look like she's 20 at the age of 35. Everything has its time. But his words hurt her. After all, he used to be satisfied with everything. They lived happily. Until he got money and wealthy friends. He felt like he was soaring. Dmitry, you promised to take me to the Maldives and give me money for new pumpkins. You want me to look my best. Don't you? Yes, my love, I'll take you wherever you want, but later, when we have a good contract in hand. I'll tell the wife it's for work, and we'll dash off. Malia came out of the doctor's office in tears. Her worst fears were confirmed. Ahead of her was chemotherapy, long treatment, and hair loss. How will Dmitry react to this news? Dmitry, they found cancer in me, and they said if I start treatment, nothing terrible will happen. But I'm so afraid, chemotherapy is. Dmitry, why are you silent? Are you going to be bald like me? That's why you've become so skinny, because of the illness. Oh, this is going to cost us so much money. I hope you'll stay here for treatment, not go abroad. Of course, we have very good doctors in the city. I'll probably have to cut my hair. I won't wear a wig, a scarf would be better. Oh, life is turning upside down. Maybe it's good we didn't have children. Watching your mother get sick is something else. Oh, I won't go anywhere with you if you're bald, scaring people. I'm entitled to a beautiful wife by status, otherwise investors won't understand. And it's embarrassing for me too, I'm a successful businessman, you know. Alright, I understand, Dmitry, forgive me for falling ill. In the morning, Olga packed her things and moved out of the apartment where she had become a stranger to her husband. She wasn't a wife by status, so why torture him? It's clear he doesn't love her. Olga had her own apartment, inherited from her parents, where she had a stash of unnecessary things she couldn't bear to throw away. It's okay, she'll tidy up and live alone. Olga, where have you gone? For treatment already? And the money? Dmitry, I left you. I don't want to embarrass such a successful person. I don't want to be a source of shame. Arrange the divorce papers yourself, and I'll sign everything. Be happy. Olga turned off her phone. She didn't want to talk to her almost ex-husband. New life, hello there. The treatment went well. Olga wore a colorful scarf, it was so comfortable for her. She continued to go to her favorite job, where they understood her situation and granted leave when needed. Spring, birds chirping, the sun shining right in her eyes. Olga walked in dark glasses and a scarf. Some looked at her with sympathy, hinting at the reason. Walking in the park, suddenly a ball flew into Olga's head. The scarf slipped off her bald head. Olga started to adjust it, looking for the troublemaker. Oh, please forgive us, my daughter is so clumsy. She threw the ball in the wrong direction. Please, forgive us, she didn't mean to. Olga saw a pleasant man, to whom a 5-year-old girl ran up. She looked very frightened, which made Olga laugh. It's nothing to worry about, my head is like a ball myself. What's your name, little troublemaker? Maria, why are you bald? Aren't you an auntie? Well, without hair, it's easier, no need to wash, no need to do hairstyles, and no need for a comb either. Apologize for her questions, child, can we invite you for a cup of coffee to smooth things over? Olga agreed. No one was waiting for her at home, but the man seemed pleasant, and the girl was charming. Olga came home in a great mood, something she hadn't felt in a long time. Alexander, that was the man's name, paid her attention all evening. He was a widower, his wife had died in childbirth, and he was raising his daughter alone. They agreed to meet again. 3 years later. Darling, today we're going out to dinner at a restaurant, we'll be meeting new business colleagues. They'll bring their wives too. Alexander, I feel awkward somehow, look at me. You're the most beautiful, what are you ashamed of? Your cute little belly? You're beautiful, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Arriving at the restaurant, Olga froze when she saw her ex-husband at the table. He was with a woman of his status. Just like he liked it. Tall, with long white hair, plump lips, and a huge bust. Seeing Olga, he was surprised. He couldn't take his eyes off her all evening. Coming out of the ladies' room, she saw him waiting for her. Olga, I almost didn't recognize you. What about your cancer? You look beautiful, and I understand soon a baby will come. You married well. Of course, he's not a poor guy. Dmitri, I found my man very successfully, and money has nothing to do with it. We already have a daughter, and soon a son will be born. I'm happier than ever. Leaving you and finding a husband who loves me, and I love him, was the smartest thing I ever did. Just like you, I see you found a lady to your taste. I beat cancer, I hope it won't come back. Olga didn't rush to the table where her husband was waiting. And her ex watched her go and thought about how she had changed and blossomed. After all, once upon a time, they were happy in their past life. You should never lose heart. You should always believe in the best and stay true to yourself. And happiness will find you on its own. Wherever you may be.